If I told you, you don't need a farm, you don't need an orchard, you don't even need a big backyard to grow your own fresh fruit right outside your door. Most people think fruit trees are for people with land. They're wrong. And today, I'm going to prove it. These are 10 fruit trees that grow beautifully in pots. And number 7 is going to completely surprise you. Stay with me. Before we dive in, drop a comment right now and tell me, what country are you watching from? Are you in the US, the UK, Australia? Because this video was built for all of you, whether you're on a tiny apartment balcony, a small backyard patio, or a rented home where you can't touch the ground, this list was made with you in mind. And I promise, at least 3 of these trees on this list will work perfectly in your climate. Let's go. Here's what most other gardening videos won't tell you. They show you beautiful fruit trees, they tell you to just plant them in a pot, but they skip the part where they tell you which pot size actually works, which soil mix keeps the roots alive, and which varieties are specifically bred for container growing. That's the gap. That's exactly what we're fixing today. Every single tree on this list, we're giving you the exact pot size, the right soil setup, and the one rookie mistake that kills these trees before they ever fruit. No fluff, no filler. Let's get into the list. Tree 1, Dwarf Lemon Tree. Starting strong with number 1, the Dwarf Lemon Tree, specifically the Meyer lemon. Now here's what nobody in your local garden center tells you. Most lemon trees sold in stores are not container friendly. They'll grow roots that crack your pot in half within 2 seasons. But the Meyer lemon, it was literally developed for small space growing. It stays compact, it fruits young, sometimes in year 1, and the smell when it blossoms, there is nothing like it. Here's your setup. Use a 15 to 20 gallon pot. Fabric pots work best for drainage. Fill it with a citrus-specific potting mix, not regular garden soil. Regular soil compacts and suffocates the roots. Citrus mix keeps it loose and fast draining. Place it where it gets 6 to 8 hours of direct sun daily. The mistake that kills this tree? Overwatering. Most people treat lemon trees like tomatoes and water them every day. Don't. Let the top 2 inches of soil dry out completely before watering again. Meyer lemons love dry feet between drinks. Tree 2, Calamondin Orange. Number 2 is a tree most gardeners have never even heard of, and that's exactly why it's on this list. The calamondin orange. This is a citrus hybrid that looks like a tiny ornamental orange tree, but it actually produces real edible fruit. Tart, tangy, almost like a cross between a lime and an orange. Perfect for teas, marinades, and homemade lemonade. Why it wins in a pot? The calamondin naturally stays small, usually under 4 feet tall. It thrives in containers almost better than it does in the ground. It can even live indoors near a sunny window. Your setup? A 10 to 12 gallon pot is enough. Use well-draining citrus soil. Feed it with a slow-release citrus fertilizer every 3 months. This tree is also one of the most forgiving on the list. Perfect for beginners. And here's the curiosity gap the other videos skip. Calamondin fruits year-round in warm climates, meaning you could be harvesting from this one single pot every single month of the year. Let that sink in. Tree 3, Dwarf Peach Tree. Number 3 is for everyone watching from a cooler climate, the Dwarf Peach Tree. Variety to look for? Bonanza or Pixie. Here's what makes this one special. Most fruit trees need another tree nearby for pollination. Dwarf peaches are self-fertile. 1 pot, 1 tree, full harvest. Container setup. Minimum 15 gallon pot. Go bigger if you can. Use a mix of potting soil and perlite at a 70 to 30 ratio for drainage. Peaches need a cold dormancy period in winter to fruit in summer. So if you're in a warm climate like Florida or Southern California, choose a low-chill variety like Tropic Sweet specifically. The mistake that stops fruiting? Skipping the pruning. Most beginners let the tree grow wild. Every late winter, Trim it back by about 1/3. That signals the tree to push new fruiting wood come spring. No prune, no peaches. Simple. Tree 4, Dwarf Blueberry Bush. Hold on, I know what you're thinking. That's a bush, not a tree. You're right, but I'm including it anyway, because this is the one that changes everything for small space growers. The Sunshine Blue or Top Hat Blueberry variety. Both stay under 3 feet, both fruit heavily in containers. And here's the curiosity gap your competitors completely miss. Blueberries need acidic soil, pH between 4.5 and 5.5. If you plant them in regular potting mix, they'll survive but never really thrive. The secret is mix your potting soil with peat moss or use an azalea and blueberry specific mix. Add a handful of sulfur granules to lower your soil pH naturally. Do that one thing and your blueberry yield will double. Pot size, 5 gallons minimum, 10 gallons for better yield. Plant 2 different varieties in 2 separate pots for cross-pollination. More berries, less work, more satisfaction. Tree number 5, Dwarf Mandarin. We're halfway through and it's about to get really interesting. Number 5 is the Dwarf Mandarin, specifically the clementine or satsuma variety. Here's what nobody tells you about growing mandarins in pots. They actually produce sweeter fruit when they're slightly root-bound. Yes, you heard that right. Most gardeners rush to repot when roots start showing. With mandarins, hold off. A mildly crowded root system stresses the tree just enough to push sugar into the fruit. That's the secret behind store-quality flavor at home. Setup: start in a 10-gallon pot, move to 15 gallons only after 3 years. Full sun, citrus fertilizer, let soil dry slightly between watering. Satsumas are also frost-tolerant down to about 15 degrees Fahrenheit, making them one of the best options for colder climates on this entire list. If you're watching from the UK, Northern Europe, Canada, or cooler US states, the Satsuma Mandarin is your fruit tree. Write that down. Tree 6, Dwarf Cherry Tree. Number 6, and this one gets people emotional, the Dwarf Cherry Tree. Variety: Stella Cherry or North Star. Both are self-fertile, both grow beautifully in containers. Here's the honest truth other channels skip. Cherry trees in pots take a little patience. Year 1, minimal fruit. Year 2, you'll see real clusters forming. Year 3, you'll be filming your own harvest video. The setup most people get wrong. Cherry trees hate wet roots more than almost any other fruit tree on this planet. You must have drainage holes at the bottom of your pot, and layer the bottom of the pot with a 2-inch base of coarse gravel or broken terracotta pieces before adding your soil. This creates an air gap that keeps roots from sitting in standing water. Pot size: 15-gallon minimum. Place in full sun, 8 hours if possible. In hot climates, protect from afternoon sun in peak summer, morning sun only. The payoff when cherries come in? Completely worth the wait. Tree 8, Dwarf Apple Tree. Number 8, and this one is for the classic fruit lovers, the Dwarf Apple Tree. Variety: Fuji Dwarf, Gala Dwarf, or Honeycrisp Dwarf. Now here's the curiosity gap most videos completely miss. Standard apple trees need 2 trees for pollination, but there's a special grafting technique called a multi-graft apple tree, where 2 different apple varieties are grafted onto one rootstock. 1 pot, 2 varieties, full pollination, full harvest. This is the container apple tree hack almost no gardening channel talks about. Look for duo apple tree or family apple tree at your local nursery or online. Setup: 20-gallon pot minimum. Use a premium potting mix with added slow-release fertilizer granules. Apples need a cold dormancy period, so they're perfect for the UK, Northern Europe, Canada, and cooler US states. The key tip: in late winter, before new growth appears, apply a dormant oil spray to the branches. This kills overwintering pests and eggs before they ever hatch. 1 spray, entire pest season protected. Tree 9, dwarf fig tree. And number 9, and this might be the easiest tree on this entire list, the dwarf fig tree. Variety, Petite Negre or brown turkey. Here is why figs are the underdog champion of container fruit trees. They want to be root-bound. The tighter the roots, the more fruit they push out. Most fruit trees panic when roots are crowded. With figs, they respond to that stress by producing more. Setup: start in a 10-gallon pot. Never go above 15 gallons. Use a gritty, fast-draining mix. Figs hate sitting in moisture. They're drought-tolerant once established, meaning you can underwater them occasionally and they'll forgive you. The insider trick? When the figs start to mature, reduce watering even. Pinch off the growing tip of each main branch. This stops the tree from putting energy into new leaves and redirects all that energy straight into swelling the fruit. More sugar, larger figs, earlier harvest. That one trick alone will change your fig game permanently. Figs also thrive in Mediterranean climates, Middle Eastern countries, and warm U.S. states. If you're in Greece, Turkey, Morocco, or California, the fig tree in a pot is practically made for your climate. Tree 10, dwarf pomegranate. And saving the most underrated for last, number 10, the dwarf pomegranate. Variety, wonderful dwarf or Nana pomegranate. The Nana variety stays under 3 feet and still produces real edible fruit. It also blooms with the most stunning flame orange flowers you've ever seen on a potted plant. Your patio will look like a magazine cover. The gap your competitors skip entirely. Most people think pomegranates need tropical heat. Wrong. Pomegranates are actually drought-tolerant and cold-hardy down to about 15 degrees F. They're one of the most adaptable fruit trees on this planet. You can grow them in Arizona and in the UK, in Texas and in Germany. That range is almost unmatched. Setup: 10-gallon pot, full sun. Water deeply once a week during growing season. Feed with a balanced fertilizer monthly during spring and summer. Pull back watering in fall to harden the plant before winter. The insider trick: when the fruit starts to mature, reduce watering even further. Stressing the tree slightly at the end of the season concentrates the sugar in the fruit. Sweeter pomegranates, darker arils, richer flavor, all from one small pot. Universal container tips. Before I wrap this up, there are 4 rules that apply to every single tree on this list. Miss any one of these and the tree will struggle. Nail all 4 and it thrives. Rule 1. Drainage is non-negotiable. Every pot needs holes at the bottom. Every single one. No holes, roots rot. Rotted roots, dead tree. If you love a decorative pot with no holes, put a smaller drainage pot inside it. Rule 2. Fabric pots are your best friend. Fabric pots air prune the roots naturally. This prevents the roots from circling and strangling themselves inside plastic pots. Better root structure, healthier tree, more fruit. Rule 3. Fertilize on a schedule. Container trees can't reach nutrients in the ground like in-ground trees can. You are their only source of food. During the growing season, spring through summer, feed every 3 to 4 weeks. Use a balanced NPK or citrus specific for the citrus trees on this list. Rule 4. Repot every 2 to 3 years. Even if you're not going up in pot size, remove the tree, trim about 1/3 of the root ball, and refresh the soil completely. Old, compacted soil loses nutrients and drainage over time. Fresh soil equals a fresh start, every time. All right, pause for 1 second. I want to hear from you. Which tree on this list are you most excited to try? Is it the Meyer lemon, the dwarf mango, or are you going rogue in trying the pomegranate? Drop it in the comments right now. And most importantly, what country are you watching from? We have viewers from all over the world on this channel, and I genuinely want to know where the backyard yield is reaching. Every comment helps this video get pushed to more gardeners just like you. So if this video gave you even one idea you're going to actually use, hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second and it means everything to this channel. If you're serious about container gardening, there's one more thing you need to know. The single biggest mistake container gardeners make isn't the wrong tree. It isn't the wrong soil. It isn't even the wrong pot size. It's planting without knowing how to protect young trees from root shock. Root shock kills more container fruit trees in the first 30 days than any disease or pest ever will. And we made an entire video about exactly how to prevent it with 3 simple steps you can do at home for almost no cost. That video is coming next, and you'll want to watch it before you plant a single tree from this list. That's the full list. 10 fruit trees, any backyard, any pot, any climate. No excuses left. The only question now is which one goes in your garden first. If you're new here, welcome to the Backyard Yield. We do things differently on this channel. No filler, no vague tips, no recycled advice. Just real, specific, tested gardening knowledge built for people who grow in small spaces and still want big results. Subscribe if that's you. Hit the bell so you never miss a drop, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy growing!